In this world, mobs are infected with the fungal virus. The more they kill, the faster they mutate. To make things worse, this virus is spreading, and it's only a matter of time before the entire world is consumed. My goal is to fight fire with fire. With their drops, I'm gonna craft their armor, build their weapons, and use it against them. Join me as we invent tech to push them back in the Modpack Fungal Infection. So, one of the first things I've noticed is that nasty looking hotbar. Oh my goodness. On top of that, it looks like we have some stuff to do. We're gonna have to build some basic defenses along with some weapons. Above all else, we have to craft this compound. The compound is a combination of sugar along with some crushed amethyst dust. Well, we better get started. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to leave a like, a hype, and a comment. Thank you very much. Alright, we got a basic arsenal, which is looking extra beautiful in this new texture pack. And now that I have some basic materials, one of the first things we have to do is find a bunker. I'm sure whatever we find in there will be very useful. I'm so sorry. I don't have shears on me. I think I'm gonna get some stuff in this cave real quick. Oh my god. No, 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 no. It's too early to fight the likes of you. Get away. Oh my god. Okay, this is not a good position to be in. I gotta eat food. Alright, we're gonna make a boat and get out of here because there is nothing here for me. I left the island behind, hoping to find a bunker somewhere else. And it didn't take long before I found an abandoned raft. Somebody left me some loot. Okay, we have a saddle and an almost broken fishing rod. Okay, this looks a little more promising. Okay, we found a village. Nice. Not a lot going on here, so I'm just going to take their stuff. Well, we found some sugarcane. Now that we had the sugarcane, I could finally craft sugar, which meant I was one step closer to crafting the compound. We have plenty of sugarcane to work with now. I see something down there. We got some skulls. I don't think this is a bunker. This may be a grave. Ooh, that spawns vindicators! Oh my god. What is hurting me? Oh, they're fast! Okay, I think they're gone. Okay, there was a chest back there. Let's go see what that was about. No, there's one more. Stupid little pixie ball. Oh, it's a diamond block! I thought it was a blue chest. Gotta make sure the coast is clear. I do not want to get killed. I'm so happy we saved the iron. We are taking this. That's a big win right there. We got one diamond block, and it's only been a couple of days. I don't know about you guys, but that is a big deal to me. Okay, that's gotta be the bunker. If that's not the bunker, then I don't know what to do anymore. This definitely looks bunker-ish. Well, I don't know what we're gonna find down there, but it better be good. Alright, so far so good. Don't see any signs of spawners. Oh, no, I hear monsters. Oh my god. Oh! We are not ready to go down there. Why did I want to find this? Let's see what the lever does. Oh, no, 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 no. That is a fungus enemy. Okay, he can't climb up ladders. No, he can! Oh my god, he can. And he just gave me some type of affliction. What is on me? Okay, so we found the bunker. Too bad we didn't read ahead, because the last page tells us not to enter if we're not prepared. That would have been a nice piece of information to know before we went down. So the only reason we gotta go down there is because there's electronic components from the tank storage room. Some group known as the Association wants them, so we'll have to come back to this eventually. But for now, we're going to bed. Well, I don't want to wander too far away from this, so we're gonna set up shop right here. Okay, first things first, let's make this place habitable. This is kinda in the way, so we're gonna tear this down too. And then the last thing we have to do is fill in the ceiling. And like that, we have an instant base. So if we want to go down there and get those parts, we're gonna have to get a little stronger, which means I need armor. We also have to bolster our defenses. One of the first things we have to craft are bamboo spikes, which means we gotta find bamboo. So let's go do that. Thank God, we are set. I wonder how much we're gonna need. You can never have too much bamboo. Okay, we got 4 stacks of bamboo and some change. Alright, let's craft some bamboo traps. Got plenty of slabs, and it's just 4 pieces of bamboo like that. I wonder how lethal these are. So if I just walk into it... Ooh, Okay, well, they're not that lethal, but it's a nice deterrent nonetheless. We'll definitely want these around the side of our house here. It's the only way in. You know what? Let's play it safe. We're going to go ahead and clear this all out. Make it nice and flat. Now, when it comes to base design, I pride myself on making things look nice. Well, not this time. In this case, this was about staying alive. Let's put our defenses to the test, actually. Looks like they work. Now that we had a base, we needed resources and a means to carry them, so it was time to craft a backpack. Crafting the backpack was pretty simple. From there, I went off trying to find a cave, that way I could find amethyst, which I could turn into amethyst dust. Found this ruined portal, there was a chest and some obsidian, and inside the chest was some gold armor, so I quickly put that on. Check it out, it's the crown from the BISECT hosting ad that I have. There we go, good as gold. After that, I poured some water over the lava to collect as much obsidian as possible with this diamond pickaxe I just crafted. The goal was to take the obsidian and, well, make another portal. Then I found a cave, and inside the cave was a geode, which was perfect because we were one step closer to making the amethyst powder. So I collected those crystals, and once I had enough, it was time to go back to base. But not before running into a few friends. Oh my god! Oh! Mycelium infection, what does that mean? There's a building down here. Oh, yeah, this is dangerous territory. There are fungal enemies down there. Sooner or later, we are gonna have to face them. Oh my god! It's time to face the fear. They can't be that strong. He's got regeneration on him. Now we have a spine segment. Here's another one. This is probably part of the same structure. TNT? Is this whole thing filled with TNT? This whole thing is filled with TNT. Definitely taking all of this. My curiosity got the best of me, so I looked on the other side of the door and found lots of enemies. It's a lot of enemies. Jeez! Yeah, they're trying to make their way in. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This may be one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made, so I'm gonna smelt all of this iron. Go ahead and craft some armor. Oh, that's right. This is Curse of Binding, and I can't die. Okay, we got the gear. Now we just need the courage. Oh my god! Jeez! One hit. Almost my entire health bar. What if I do this? There we go. Putting our little traps to use. Oh my god, it works like a charm. Why is the ground red? So we got a lot of stuff. We have claw fragments, mutated fiber, and a mutated heart. The armor fragments we can take into a surgery table and make an armor plate. And with the armor plates, we can actually make armor and weapons. There's a lot of gross stuff we can craft. There we go. There we go. Okay, this is the method right here. Oh my god, what is that? There is a flying thing down there. Just gonna put that right there. Oh my gosh, he's got so much health. Don't tell me it's... Okay, I thought it was healing faster than I could do damage. We have to break that spawner now. Okay, this is gonna take a little bit of guesstimating. 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks away? Should be here. Ah! Oh my god. There are Vexes, but the spawner's broken, I think. That's gotta be all of them. At least for this room. Block this off. Okay, we're in. Good. Great, even. I think this is another bunker, so maybe we can get the mechanical components we need from here. They said it was in a storage tank room. Okay, I hear a lot of movement outside. I don't know where it's coming from. I hope these enemies can break glass. Okay, this is a control room. We got this whole area locked down, and I think... Yeah, just as I thought, there's more TNT in here. So we're gonna have to make a surgery table. It's the tool we're gonna use to craft all these cool weapons and armor. And to make the table, we need a compound plate. And you'll never guess what the compound plate is made out of. Our beautiful sugar and amethyst powder. So we're gonna set up shop down here for now. I'm cooking up the zinc in this furnace here. Reason being, we gotta create an item called andesite alloy. With the andesite alloy, we'll be able to create a couple of tools that will allow us to make our compound. The most important being the mixer. To make the andesite alloy, all you have to do is place a couple of zinc nuggets along with some andesite, and with that, you have the base item for the entire create mod. We'll go ahead and make the basin, and this is where we're going to put the ingredients for the compound, right here in this cauldron item. Next Next, we'll have to go ahead and craft a hammer, and with the hammer, we'll place an ingot next to it to make iron plates. Combine the plates with some andesite alloys to get the whisk. Then we're going to take a log, strip the bark off, and click it with an andesite alloy. With that, we have an andesite casing. Place 2 andesite alloys on top of each other to make a shaft. Place some planks next to them to get cogwheels. Then you combine them all together to get one beautiful mixer. So we have the mixer, but how do you actually power it? Well, you gotta make a water wheel. When a water wheel rotates, it generates rotational power. Just the thing we need to get this mixer moving. Okay, so I have a very primitive cogwheel setup right here. Thankfully, I have my water bucket, so we'll go ahead and break these blocks. Add the water wheel, and with that, our mixer is spinning. Next, we have to make a millstone to grind down the amethyst into the powder. The millstone is more or less the same, but instead of a whisk, you use a stone block at the bottom. Simple as that. We have a millstone. Connect it right there. Perfect. Go ahead and take our amethyst shards, and you just toss them in. You give it a few seconds, maybe a minute, and eventually they'll be ground up into the amethyst dust. Okay, the amethyst dust is finished. Perfect. And this is the part where I would mix it with the sugarcane by throwing it into the basin, but the sugarcane is back at the base, which I completely forgot about. Well, that sucks. But despite the unfortunate circumstances, this changes nothing. We are going to press on. Oh my god, they're right there. We could just box them in. I think we just found a foolproof method. What is that? That's scary. And this is netherwort. Why are they growing netherwort down here? What do we have down here? Redstone blocks? Don't mind if I do. And I guess we can make do with netherworts. Oh, they break blocks. That's dangerous. Oh, there's so many in there. Oh, they're weak though. Oh, they die easy. Oh! Not good. Okay, it took a minute. I'm nearly on the verge of death, and I've been eating nothing but raw food, but we are home at last. Okay, we were going to make a surgery table. Okay, I rebuilt the setup, and on top of that, seeing as how effective bamboo is as a deterrent, we're gonna go ahead and plant some more of that as well. Hopefully this grows quickly, because we need a ton of spikes. Alright, we have amethyst dust, we have sugar, we have a mixer. Let's combine the two. And with that, they are being combined, and the result should be the legendary compound. Perfect. A compound. Now that we have the compound, let's smelt it up. So that gave us the plate, which means we're going to be able to make a ton of stuff. Now, as you can see, we have 3 possible options. We can make something called a scanner, the surgery table, and then this third thing. This one is known as a cryogenic dispenser unit. According to this, the infection is also weak to low temperatures. Guess that's something we'll have to take care of later. So we only have 8 of these, which means we can only make 2 items, one of which is the scanner. With the scanner, we're going to be able to analyze all of the items we collected from the infected. When I hover over them, it says needs further scanning, so naturally, we're going to make that. We have almost everything except a couple of ingredients, one of which is a circuit board, which requires more compound. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to have to go ahead and craft some redstone repeaters. We're also going to need a redstone comparator, which requires that I have quartz. Thank God we have the means to get it. And we have another portal. Hopefully there aren't any infected in here. Oh, it's really pretty here. Ooh, I think we're set. Okay, we have 6 pieces of quartz, more than enough for now. And with the quartz, we have our redstone comparators. Finally, we can craft the circuit board. Go ahead and make an observer. As you can see in my hotbar, we have all of the ingredients we need to make the scanner. Side note, there's something about the face of this observer that makes me feel a little uneasy. Okay, so we have our scanner. Let's hope that this thing doesn't require any power to use. There we go. Okay, so we've researched the mutated heart. And there is all of the information. Right, now we need to make the surgery table. Although we're missing 2 more compounds, so I guess I gotta go find more amethyst. But before we go, as you can see, we are making some decent progress on our bamboo farm right here. Go ahead and chop down some stalks and plant even more. My god! What is that? There's something out there, and it's trying to kill me. Okay, worst case scenario, it comes inside, we go outside. That's what we do. God. Oh my God, we barely survived. But where did that thing come from? Is that what I think it is? It looks like it. Get back, man. How did you get infected? Is the infection spreading already? Alright, well, we gotta act fast because the surface creatures are getting mutated already. We have to get that compound. It was time for another mining expedition, so I left the base in search of another geode. That's when I saw it. What is all this? Skull soup? Decayed torso? Everything is dead here. Oh, it's from the Spore mod. Oh, ow, 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 ow. What is that? Okay, this chunk is infected. Oh my God, don't touch that. Do not touch that. Okay, we're getting out of here. There's nothing of value here except death. The entrance to another cave. Lucky, lucky. Thank God. But it seems like someone is watching over the resources. Who is that? Definitely doesn't look friendly. It's just a villager. Let's see what we can get from this. This one yielded way more than the other one. Plus, if we collect a ton of amethyst blocks, we can eventually grind them up to get more amethyst shards. I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a great idea. Alright, we got a stack of this stuff. Let's go back. Finally, we have everything we need to make the surgery table. Crafting table in the middle, compound plates all around, at the top a glass bottle for some reason, and nothing says surgery like an iron sword and a heavy iron axe. Here it is in all of its grotesque glory, the surgery table. Look at that, we have everything we need. We have some tools over there, we have what looks like a saw, and a gross tray that needs some serious cleaning. As for the interface, it doesn't look any cleaner. Now, as you can see at the bottom, we have a plethora of crafting recipes. Lots of weapons, lots of options. We can also craft different types of armor. But for now, we're gonna keep it simple and make a battle axe. To make the blades of the battle axe, we're first gonna have to make a new item. One called a fleshy claw. Thank God we have plenty of materials. A little grotesque, but in an apocalypse, you gotta do what you gotta do. So we're gonna need about 8 of these. Next, we have to make a hardened bind. Finally, we get to use our surgery table to craft a new item, the living core. All I gotta do now is hunt some skeletons because we're gonna need some bones for this final item. Speak of the devil. Alright, we got our bones. Go ahead and surround the bones with muscle fiber. And now, it's time to assemble the battle axe. So you put a piece of string right here. We'll add our fleshy bones. Don't forget your binder. Living core right there. And then you have to make the axe blades. And with the piece of string we have right here, we finally have our axe. Oh my goodness. This battle axe is massive. You may notice that there is less than half of its durability. We're gonna have to fix that somehow. Now, one thing I've noticed in the crafting recipe is that we can add another ingredient. This one is called a hardening agent. Let's go ahead and craft that. Maybe it'll help. Okay, we'll try something else. I have a few materials, so we'll make a halberd. Maybe that'll do some damage. Actually, I don't have as many resources as I thought, so we're gonna have to go back down to farm more enemies. Okay, but before we go down there, I want to make a stack upgrade for my backpack. That way we can carry more of the materials that the monsters drop. So there's the stack upgrade right there, well, the upgrade base. And to make it a stack upgrade, you have to surround it with copper blocks. We'll open our backpack, add the stack upgrade, and now let's see. So we have 64 here, but with the stack upgrade, it now goes up to 96, meaning we just multiplied our backpack capacity. We can also level it up to iron, but that's a little expensive. Here we go. Was this always here? Or is it just gradually getting higher? That's not good. Why am I hearing sci-fi noises? You guys hear that music, don't you? Alright everyone, I got some materials, I made some bamboo spikes, cooked some food. Let's see what's going on. I'm gonna be real with you folks, it does not look good down here. What about on the lower levels? I'm so scared. Oh my god, something's breaking through the blocks! Fall back, fall back, fall back! Something got through. You have no choice. You guys are that smart? Are they that smart? They will not walk into the spikes. Oh, wait, no, that one is getting pushed in. Oh, they're both getting pushed in. Good, good, good. Okay, there's hope. So all we gotta do is just let them push each other in, and I think we'll be safe. Okay, I had to wait it out, but we got some stuff. Let's go ahead and craft our halberd. On top of that, we're gonna craft another item called an integrating agent, and for that we need nerves. To get nerves, we have to break up the brain. Thankfully, those claw guys were dropping brains like crazy, so it seems like we have a safe amount. And lastly, a refining agent, which is 4 claw fragments, 4 iron nuggets, and a bottle. Okay, so we're gonna lay out the agents right there on top, add a nerve, and now let's assemble our halberd. Why did I just get a notification that said endure? What is coming out of the ground? Uh-oh. Oh my god, stuff is spawning. I haven't even crafted the weapon yet. What's hurting me? Why am I taking damage? Oh my god, there's an explosion. We gotta get out of here. Let's back away from our base real quick. We don't have a chest plate. My gold chest plate broke. It's okay, we have the iron one. I'm gonna get as close as I can to see what's going on. Oh, but I hear something. Where are they? Oh, what is that? Oh, we're surrounded. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're surrounded. I don't have a choice. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. I gotta get my stuff. Yeah, I know. I bet it feels like I'm being watched. Everything seems safe in here, at least. For now. Okay, we were making a halberd. Okay, we got our core. There we go. We have a halberd. For some reason, it's glowing orange. I don't know what that means. Damage increased 30%. Durability increased 43%. Now we just need an enemy to test it on. Shouldn't be a problem. Come here, you. That did do some damage. I think I feel a little better. Jeez, it's one-shotting these things. What is this stupid eye? Why can't I kill it? They're everywhere. Ah! Die! Yeah, I'm going back inside. I'll be honest with you folks. I think we're gonna have to abandon ship. Knowing what we know, we have to take only our valuables and get out of here. I never thought I'd say this, but we gotta retreat to the Nether. We'll be back for the rest of the stuff. What kind of world do we live in where the Nether is safer than the overworld? Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna mine the corners of these portals here, and we're gonna have to just make a simple Nether highway. Put as much distance between us and that infection. Consider this a tactical retreat. Great. I left the flint and steel back at the base. Here we go. Let's see what's on the other side. I'm still hallucinating. It's not that bad. I am going to mine the corners of this portal to plan my next escape, though. Okay, one thing that's clear to me is that these things are going to sprout out of the ground, so we're going to have to make a sky base. Can't believe I'm even considering that. I haven't made a sky base in, God, who knows how long. Why can't I make a ladder? Oh, what? What is that crafting recipe? This sky base has to be tall and secure. I think this is good. Just gotta be careful about placing the ladders. There we go, perfect. This is the support pillar for our sky base. Oh, I guess I should call it a treehouse. It's more of a treehouse. I'm gonna build the base of my treehouse out of slabs, because I don't think the fungus can grow on slabs. We're gonna reinforce the base of the ground with more slabs, that way those things don't rise out like they did last time. Assuming they can't rise out of slabs, which I really hope they can't. Okay, and then the last layer of defense, good old bamboo spikes, because these things do not like walking into them. In fact, they actively avoid walking into them, trying to find ways around, so this is gonna work. Okay, we have ourselves a humble little treehouse, which should be safe from the fungus. And just to be safe, unless any flying friends want to try and swoop down, there we go. So now that we have our new base, we have to make a CDU, or cryogenic dispenser unit. As you can see, it takes ice as fuel. Basically, it lowers the temperature in the surrounding areas where it's placed to a point where it's so cold the fungus can't spread. So we gotta go get some snow. If I can make a snow golem, we'll have plenty of snowballs to make snow, which we can convert into ice. But finding a snowy area is probably not gonna be that easy. We're just gonna have to make it work and find one. This little journey took some time, and I was pretty surprised to see that there weren't any structures. To be honest, I was expecting a little more. Well, folks, it took a while, but we finally found snow. Finally! Judging by my wooden shovel, you can really tell that I'm improvising and scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Alright, we're gonna collect as much snow as we can, and then we'll build a snow golem. 42 snow blocks. I think that is more than enough to give us plenty of attempts to make a snow golem. Alright, thank you, snow biome. Let's go home. This is the strategy. It's really, really simple. All I'm gonna do is place a slab right here. Next, we gotta go down here to pick up the pumpkin. There it is, thank God. I got scared for a little bit. Now we're gonna make it a jack-o'-lantern. Got some glass right there. And now, we have a snow golem. But we gotta push him into this corner right here so he can generate snow blocks. It's probably the trickiest part because he doesn't want to get in the corner. There we go. I tried this technique in a different video, the last one to be exact. When I broke the snow, it hit the snowman because for some reason his hitbox was massive. Will that be the case this time? No, it's not. It actually works this time. We have snowballs, which of course I'm going to craft into snow blocks, which I will then pack into ice. I collected so many snowballs, I just lost count. Went through multiple shovels, and eventually I had enough to make a decent sum of snow blocks. Once I had plenty of snow blocks, I collected the items from the old base, made myself a mechanical press, and from there it was time to upgrade our base even further. I added some cogs and wheels, and then eventually I added some water wheels. That way we could bring our machines to life. Once the power was on and the machines were running, it was time to toss the snow blocks into the basin. There, the machine pressed them down into ice blocks. And after that, it was just rinse and repeat. Collect snowballs, make them into snow blocks, turn them into ice. To make the ice canisters, we needed blue ice, and for that, we were gonna have to make a fan. Once I had the fan blades, I combined them with some casings to make an encased fan. With this, we would wash regular ice into packed ice, and once we had the packed ice, we'd combine it into blue ice. Though I was pretty limited on space, so I was going to have to build a little extension off to the side of the house. Once the platform was complete, I assembled a really clumsy machine setup, and from there, I washed the ice and converted it. It was all coming together. We have the snowballs, we have the ice. It's time for phase 2 of my plan. We need to get more materials. I didn't need much, just a little bit of iron, but I got more than I bargained for. Don't tell me this is another one of those, bunkers. It is one of those bunkers. Oh my God, we're right above one? Or is this different? No, this is a bunker. Where are the spawners? There's the spawner. How long until we trigger the end of the world? Not that long. Jeez. There goes my leggings. Going back to mining. I crafted some torches and got out of there. To be honest, I don't know what I was thinking because I just had no business there. All I had to do was collect some resources, and the idea was to not rush things. Even if the game disagreed with that idea sometimes. I got my resources, made more snowballs, made more ice. If we were going to attack that bunker, we were going to do it the right way. With the ice. Alright, we got plenty of packed ice. Let's go ahead and craft it into blue ice. And now that we finally have access to blue ice, we're going to put it in the center of our crafting table and surround it with iron nuggets. This creates a new item known as an ice canister. And now that we have 9 ice canisters, we have to load them into a new machine. That being the CDU. To make this, it's very simple. Trapdoor on top, dispenser in the middle, iron at the bottom, and on both sides, some compound plates. The result is a life-saving block. No, a world-saving block. We finally have our hands on a CDU. This is a big deal, everyone, because now, in the event that we get invaded again by these fungus people, they're gonna die. The CDU will do all the fighting for us. So long, of course, as it's supplied with ice canisters. I think this presents us with a perfect opportunity. I really want to make the armor. And to do that, we're going to need a lot of items from these enemies. So it's time to put the CDU to use. Now don't get me wrong, this is probably a really bad idea, but I see no other way to go about this. So far so good. Now we just wait for the storm. Here they come. And now, with the CDU at work, beautifully done. And it seems like we have quite a while. Oh my god! Something spawned right behind us. I hope the CDU freezes it to death. Oh, it died. Perfect! Oh! Jeez. Okay, well, I'm just gonna pause it right here, and I'll see you when I have a full inventory full of this garbage. We did really well, though. Like, we absolutely killed it. I got a ton of stuff, so I'm gonna see if I can make some of the armor now. Take a look at this disgusting haul. We have tons of stuff. We have spleens, we have hearts, we have spines, brains, we have everything. Alright, the first thing I'm gonna attempt to make are the leggings. For that, we have to craft a ton of these armor plates. The crafting recipe is pretty simple. 3 muscle fibers, 4 armor plates, and 2 nerves. And there it is, the crafting recipe for the plated leggings. 6 armor plates, 2 spine segments, 2 armor fragments, a nerve, a hardening agent, and a refining agent. Why is it green? And why is it about to break? Mutation drowned. Okay, well that's why it's green, I guess. After a quick Google search, there are 2 ways to repair this. The first one is by using a tool known as an incubator. You feed the incubator biomass and it repairs the item. The second option is a good old anvil, but for that you also need biomass. And to get biomass, we have to combine any type of animal meat with one of the disgusting pieces of flesh we get from the infected. Guess we're gonna make the incubator. It doesn't look too complicated to craft, nothing we haven't made before, except a BCU. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and craft the BCU, one of the components for the other machine that we're making, the incubator. 2 pieces of glass, compound plates, and of course, a water bucket in the middle. That gives us a beautiful BCU, and look, it even has an animation. That's pretty cool. Okay, the next thing I have to do is be mindful of how many animals are in the area. We're gonna have to keep our eyes peeled for animals, because if we're gonna make biomass, then we need to have a lot of animal meat. 10 raw pork chops should be enough to get us started. Let's put together the incubator. 3 ingots, 2 chips, some redstone dust, and there it is, the crafting recipe for the incubator. With this block, we're going to be able to repair my armor and weapons. Let's see what we're working with here. Oh, interesting design. I like how fancy these blocks are for the Spore mod. So we're going to take some tendons, put the tendon in the middle, raw pork chops all around, and with that we have biomass. Let's repair this armor. Put the biomass inside. It's incubating. You can barely see them bobbing down there in the middle. Oh, it better repair all the way. Look at that. Completely restored. Oh my god, this is amazing. Let's repair this then. How's that gonna work? I think it used it all up. Yeah, we're gonna have to make more biomass. It's not repairing anymore. Well then, that's the goal. I gotta go hunting. Thank god there are plenty of animals here. I think all of the fungus things died from the CDU. But we're back to our old hunting grounds. After a brief hunting expedition, I was able to gather 30 mutton, 23 pork chops, and a single chicken leg. Let's go ahead and make more biomass. Alright, I got 8 biomass. I'm gonna put 1 in. Let's see how much that will repair the infected halberd. Oh, wait, no, it's going up. There we go. Is it supposed to be yellow? Why is the health bar for this item yellow? I'm gonna go ahead and make more armor plates because now we're going to make the chest plate. Next, we gotta combine the spine segments with some nerves to make a spine. And now comes the moment where we assemble. There it is, 1 plated chest plate. Please have full durability when I craft you. Look at that, it's not that bad. Maybe it'll repair a little. 50% additional armor, 2% armor toughness, durability is increased by 43%, enchantability 3, mutation ground. This looks amazing. Wow, we even have little claws in our hands. Alright, we're just missing the helmet. And because we have the drown mutation, we get a little bit of water breathing. Look at that. Okay, now we're going for the helmet. Please have durability. Please have good durability. Okay, this one had garbage durability, and it's a different color. Which one is this one? Mutation charred. So does that mean we're fire resistant? Kind of ruins the blue thing we had going on. We'll figure it out. Okay, last thing we have to make are the boots. The last and final piece of armor, at least for now. The durability on this is not that bad. No mutation this time. We now have a full set of plated armor. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of want to go test it out. Just to be on the safe side, we're going to repair this with a little biomass. Don't want it breaking on me. Should probably enchant this, but I just want to see how it is on its own. Of course, we're not going anywhere without our CDU. Okay, my friends, here is the goal. We are going to go inside. We're going to raid the tank storage room and finally get those pieces of technology that we've been meaning to collect since, I don't know, the first 5 minutes of the video. The power of the CDU, this will be possible, and hopefully, with the protection of our armor, everything will go without a hitch. Oh, it sets it on fire now? I think we have ourselves a winner. All right, let's load this up with a little bit of the cold. Okay, we're gonna pick this up. Can I not pick this up? Yes, I can. Okay, so my range should be extended just a little bit. There are lights here, perfect. Okay, we're doing good. Secure this side, secure that side. Okay, we are the masters of this hallway. Okay, we've completely secured this entire hallway. I could break that spawner if I wanted to. Jeez, that would have been so bad. Lime balls, don't mind if I do. We found one of the pieces of technology. We found the revolver! Oh my god. That's a big deal. This was one of the technology pieces and we have it. Should I break the spawners? I'm collecting the materials. I need them for... You know what? No, we need them. We're keeping the spawners. So glad we're able to go around and illuminate these areas now without fear. Geez, the range is pretty big. It's another one of those nether wart rooms. Okay, my friends, I think it's time to go to the tank storage room. Yeah, we're gonna go around and we're gonna destroy all of this. None of it can stay. Yeah, look at this. This place was getting nasty. More components! This is just what we needed, more components. Okay. We now have 2 of the 4 components that we needed. There it is. There's the third one. Haha, this is insane. We now have 3 of the 4 components. Oh my god, that's a new enemy. That thing is a whole witch! Hide, 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 hide. That was insane. Had it not been for you, we would have been dead. This room is pitch black. Hey, check out this cool ability I have with the armor. Check it out. The armor has a wall climbing ability, so all I have to do is press shift. It's like going up a ladder. Okay, this looks like a storage room. Are these chests rigged to explode? Okay, we got some emeralds, some books, more electrical components, lots of flint. There it is. There's the precision scope. Oh my god, we found it. We actually did it. We conquered this place. Finally! We actually did it! We have all of the components. Not that I know what their significance is, but it's good that we have them. More diamonds, more web. Okay, I think we got everything here. And to the viewer at home, you are crazy if you think I'm going to push my luck and keep exploring this place while I already found the items I needed to. We're going to go back, check out the items, but above all else, I think we're going to upgrade our armor even more. Then again, there is some charge in this thing still. Kind of a waste not to exploit it. Okay, we can go a little further. What were you growing in here? Ooh, lots of carrots. Okay. Don't blow it up! I had to do it. I couldn't help myself. I had to do it. Okay, we're done. Let's go. Well, that went as well as it could have. I honestly don't know how it could have gone any better. Yeah, we could have had better armor, but we're gonna get that. We have tons of materials to work with now. Look at all that. We got so much stuff that my inventory's full. On top of that, I was able to gather all of the long-lost tech. We have a small arsenal of revolvers, and because we got all that, it looks like we unlocked a new defense guide. One that will lead to the creation of the legendary gun turret. The next thing we have to make is the flesh armor set. The crafting recipes are a little busier than the other armor that we just made, but when we have the full set of this armor, we will be able to combine it with the armor that we're already wearing to make a set known as living armor. And I think we may even be able to make an elytra. A gross one, but an elytra nonetheless. And because this is flesh armor, it's gonna be pretty gross to make. For starters, we have to craft these gross lumps of flesh. Alright, let's go ahead and start with the helmet. So 4 pieces of flesh in the middle, 2 brains right there, some nerves at the bottom, dense muscle all around. Don't forget to add the different types of agents, and then some string. That gives you the flesh helmet. Interesting. It's like a collar. This recipe is insane. It calls for a spleen, innards, tendons, an aviolic sac, a living core, so much stuff. But the product is a beautiful flesh chestplate. What mutation is that? Drown mutation, interesting. And with that, we have the leggings. Also, with the drown mutation. I wonder if the chestplate and the legs always get the drown mutation. And finally, the last thing we're making are the boots. Alright, as you can see on the bottom, we have a full set of flesh armor. Go ahead and take off the plate armor, see what the flesh armor looks like. I kind of like the other armor better. You can see I have a pair of lungs in the front of my chest, and they're breathing, and then in between the lungs there's a heart. I guess it's anatomically correct. Although I feel like I'd appreciate these details more if they were the actual proper color. You know, red. We also have a status effect, symbiosis. Symbiosis? And while we could admire this armor for long, it's best if we just get straight to the point and combine them to make the living armor. As you can see, it's as simple as that. Surrounding them with nerves, and now they're gonna combine to make living boots. Ooh, and those living boots are like, they're about to break. They're one sneeze away from shattering. Guess it's the same thing for every other piece of armor. Living leggings, the living chest plate, and finally, the final piece of armor, the living helmet. We have a full set of living armor. I think this is the best armor in the game. I could be wrong. This is definitely the most unique armor I've ever worn in Minecraft. It is definitely a combination of the bones and the meat. And it looks like it added 3 hearts to my health bar. We have the weapons, we have the armor. The only thing we don't have is a decent base. I think it's time for an upgrade. Look at all these trees I cut down. Really makes a difference in the rainforest. Wow. Okay, well, we're gonna put all of these logs to use. They are going to go towards the upgrading of our little treehouse up there. We gotta expand this platform. This is looking 1000% better. Let's go. All I had to do next was build a little roof. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Nice little house, little roof over our head. Alright, we have a nice expansion up here. Lots of space. Second floor, there is plenty of space up here. Maybe I'll add some cosmetic stuff up here. This is more of the living quarters. Well, at least until I run out of room down there. And then the last thing this needs is a wraparound balcony. Ah, this is much better. Got a nice view of the jungle. Well, we would if I had my render distance up, but lots of space now to walk around and take in that fresh jungle air. The last thing I want to add to really tie this place together is a few lanterns. Well, there it is, our treehouse. The treehouse with no tree. You know what? I know the solution to that problem. It's as simple as placing some dirt, planting an oak sapling, and then just bone mealing it until the tree grows. As you can see, it has a lovely effect. Not one that looks too nice up close, but when we run away a little and put some distance between us and the tree, you'll see that the design makes a world of difference. The treehouse actually looks like it was built into a tree. With that, the treehouse was finally complete. Alright, so we got some extra space down here, and as for the upstairs, we have plenty of space. More than enough to work with. Question is, what am I gonna do? Well, we have some machines that we gotta build if we're gonna amp up our defenses against the infection. We collected all of these items from the bunkers. And now, we have to put each and every one to use. And we're gonna do that by making a gun turret. But the turret needs ammunition, and as you can see, there are lots of variations. And to make bullets, we're gonna need a ton of gunpowder. I don't know about you, but I don't feel like killing creepers. Wouldn't you agree, my frosty friend? So we're gonna have to make it ourselves. It's time for Gunpowder Boot Camp. To craft our friend gunpowder, we're gonna need 3 special ingredients: nitrate, sulfur, and charcoal. I think it's best we start with nitrate. For this, we gotta head to the mines. I'm gonna need quite a few resources. One of the first things we want to do is automate iron. We're going to do that by making gravel and then washing it with a fan. When the gravel's washed, there's a 12% chance that it drops an iron nugget. To make our gravel machine, we're going to need a lot of andesite alloys and a lot of andesite casings. And if we're going to use the create mod, then you have to craft the right tools for the job. It doesn't look like much, but this little wrench is extremely useful. Now I can break create blocks without having to use my pickaxe. Plus, it doesn't take any durability away from the wrench. Wouldn't it be great if we could see how fast these wheels were spinning? Well, you can. All we gotta do is make some goggles, put them on. That looks crazy. And now we can see the power being invested in each machine. This is perfect so we don't overstress our water wheels. I got the tool, I got the goggles. Let's make our iron machine. The first thing I want to craft are some millstones. With this block, we're going to break up a bunch of cobblestone. And once it's pulverized, all we'll be left with is gravel. The next thing we have to craft is a mechanical drill. I think we're going to need 3 of these, just to be on the safe side. We have just about everything, but we're missing one more item. And for that, we have to head into the open water. We need kelp, and we can only find that here. I think this is going to be more than enough. With this kelp, we're going to be able to make so many things. Eventually, we may have to farm it. That's just how useful it is. Alright, the kelp is secured. Now that we have the kelp, let's go ahead and put it in the smoker. Now that we have the kelp, I can craft the final item I need, the iconic create mod funnel. Now, we kinda already have the beginnings of a setup here. So this is essentially how this is gonna work. We're gonna make cobblestone with a cobblestone generator, then it's gonna drop into a millstone just like this one. The millstone grinds up the cobblestone, which it will spit out as gravel. Then you take the gravel to the water fan. You toss it into the spray of water, and if you're lucky, you'll get a nugget. So you can see, we got some flint and 1 iron nugget. Not bad. Now this is a very, very crude setup, so we're gonna have to refine it. Let's do that. I just noticed how full and cluttered my inventory is. I think I'm gonna have to craft a toolbox. The recipe's pretty cheap. I think I'll do that. Ah, look how great it looks. I love create mod items. Okay, so I have my toolbox. Open it up, and now I can add all of my create mod components in here. Perfect. Okay, the first thing we have to do is set up a power source. I'm thinking water wheels. Okay, I think I'll position the water wheels right here. Now when you add the water, so you can see they all come to life. So I have the water wheels, each of them with the kinetic stress capacity of 256. Next, I'm going to extend the platform from the lower level out here. This setup can take quite a bit of space, so you want to make sure that you have plenty of room to work with. We'll build around the waterfall too. So we have our extended platform. Perfect, now we can build. First thing we're going to do is make some cobblestone generators. You got to place down your mechanical drills, and if they're not facing the right orientation, you can just flip them with your wrench. Alright, I added some stairs, that way we could waterlog the water. And on this side, we're gonna need lava. And for this part, I'm gonna have to be very careful. As you can see, we're in a treehouse. This whole place is very flammable. Getting lava shouldn't be too difficult. 1 bucket should be enough. We have the lava. All we have to do is pour it. Break this. And with that, we have cobblestone. I hope these trapdoors don't burst into flames and break. Let's go ahead and see what we got in the toolbox. We'll go ahead and grab some millstones, and now we'll place it underneath the cobblestone. The idea is that the drills will break the cobblestone, and then the cobblestone will go down into the millstone, where it's going to be ground up into gravel. Alright, I'll go ahead and break this. We'll add our funnels right here. The gravel will come out and land on these depots. There's the fire. The trapdoors don't break. I've installed the fan right here. This is going to spray water onto the depots where the gravel is, converting it into iron. Next, we're going to have to collect some sandstone, plus a little bit of clay. We're going to combine bricks with sandstone to make this new item. This is known as a kiln brick. And it doesn't look like much, but when you click it with an engineer's hammer, you get an alloy kiln. So why did we want an alloy kiln? Because we needed brass. A new metal that's a combination of copper and zinc, which we can combine in here. The reason we want brass is to craft something called a brass funnel. So, we'll get a little copper, we'll get a little zinc, and now all we have to do is wait. And the result is a couple of brass ingots. Next, I'm going to combine nether quartz with regular redstone dust. This gives you an item called rose quartz. We'll take that rose quartz, but we have to refine it a little further. You take some sandpaper in one hand, rose quartz in the other, and then you file it down until it's a nice, smooth, refined rose quartz. Then you're left with polished rose quartz. Craft this item right here. This is known as a funnel. Once you have your funnels, the final thing you have to craft are these things called electron tubes. You take an iron sheet and a polished rose quartz, and that's it. And now we combine all of the items together, and this creates a brass funnel. From here, we're going to put 3 brass funnels, and these brass funnels act as filters. We're going to set it so that only iron nuggets can come out from this side. Then they're going to enter these chutes. These are basically like hoppers. The nuggets will go through the chutes and into the chests where we can craft them into iron ingots. As for this backside, this is where we'll collect the flint. Now we have to connect this entire machine to our power source. Okay, through a series of gears and some belts, as you can see, the fan is powered, and it is spraying tons of water over the depots where the gravel's gonna get washed. And now all we have to do is make one more connection, and I think the machine is working. Perfect. As you can see, the gravel is getting washed by the fan, and eventually it'll start producing iron nuggets. We got one here. Now my only gripe with this is that it's a little slow. It's been about one Minecraft night, and we've only managed to get about maybe 2-3 ingots worth of iron, so we're going to have to increase the speed somehow. To do that, we're going to have to upgrade our water wheels to large water wheels. Reason being, these ones only have a stress capacity of 256, while the large water wheels have twice as much, 512. So I'm going to go ahead and just snatch these up, and upgrading them is pretty simple. All it comes down to is taking the regular water wheels and surrounding them with more wood. Now we have our large water wheels. Let's just see how large they really are. Oh, they were not kidding. Okay, I like it. Got a Swiss Family Robinson thing going on in this base now. Go ahead and scoop up all the water. Actually, no, they will fit. I just got to get rid of the torches. There we go. That's crazy. There goes our beautiful view, though. Hopefully this works. Oh, we have movement. Okay, we have some new stress capacity units here. We've increased the number of stress units we can use. Let's go ahead and connect it. Alright, so far everything is running as it usually does. Now let's speed things up. And then the last thing, I think I'll replace these regular funnels with the brass ones. Because with the regular ones, they only let out 1 block at a time, whereas the brass ones, you can let out as many as you want. You can even set the number. See? As you can see, pieces of the machine are moving much more quickly now. I don't even know what the RPM is for the millstone, but it's using 512 stress units. We are certainly getting more iron nuggets. Well, friends, I think it's safe to say that our little iron machine was an absolute success. And now that we've automated that, we're one step closer to getting our nitric dust. But to actually get it, we're going to have to build this massive machine, and as you can see, it has a lot of parts. One of which is called steel scaffolding. And to make steel scaffolding, we're going to need steel. And how do we do that? With a blast furnace. A simple device made out of blast bricks. All we need are regular bricks, nether bricks, and of course, magma blocks. Okay, so I have a small stash of magma blocks right here. We have some leftover bricks. Now we just need nether bricks. Naturally, this shouldn't be too difficult to get. As long as I don't accidentally hit the piglins. I don't know why they're not attacking me. I'm not wearing any gold. Yes, I'm talking about you. Alright, we got a stack of netherrack. That should be more than enough. We'll go ahead and cook those up, and while they're smelting, I have to go get more clay. And we'll go ahead and cook that clay right there. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be enough, but we're about to find out. So you put your bricks in a cross pattern, you put the magma block in the middle, and then the nether bricks in the corner. Oh, perfect. The result is a solid heat-resistant brick. Now, where can we assemble this? I say right here. Oh, looks like we're a few short. Okay, I think we have enough. So, there it is. Just 2 more blocks, and then you click the middle. And with that, we have a crude blast furnace. Let's make some steel. To make steel, it's as simple as just gathering some iron. We'll go ahead and craft our nuggets into ingots. It's a pretty decent amount that we just got. We just toss them in. Say about 30. Well, we can make do with 30 steel. For some reason, it's not taking the coal as fuel. What if we try charcoal? Okay, charcoal works. There we go. Okay, so the iron is going to combine with the charcoal. I think you make steel by adding carbon to iron, probably. And that's going to make, well, steel. Though it is going to take a minute. Well, so far, the crude blast furnace has gone through half of our charcoal already, and it's only made 2 steel ingots. Thankfully, there is a more effective fuel. Known as coke coal, it can only be made in a coke oven. Another modular build that requires us to make coke bricks. Alright, once again I have to go get more clay. Are there waystones in this? No. The recipe for the coke bricks aren't that different, but instead of magma blocks, you put sandstone, and instead of nether bricks, you put clay. And there it is, this boring-looking gray block. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put the coke oven right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You just make it one big solid cube. There we go. Then you right-click it in the middle, and with that, you have a coke oven. Perfect. We'll put some coal in here, and basically, it's gonna burn the coal up, and after a few seconds, it will be converted into coke coal. Basically, coal 2.0. And there it is, our first piece of coke coal. Go ahead and take this, and this is probably the best fuel. It burns much longer than charcoal. It's got a burn time of 1200. Charcoal has a burn time of 300. Okay, well that's cooking up there. We're gonna have to take a little field trip to the nether. If we're gonna succeed, then we have to find a fortress. Reason being, to make gunpowder, we need sulfur. And the best way to get sulfur is by grinding blaze rods. Fingers crossed there's a fortress nearby. If I'm lucky, I may even find some hoglins because I am hungry. I've never seen one of these before. That is crazy. A chicken jockey with a baby piglin. Oh, well, it's not what we're looking for, but it could be interesting. Will I dare take a detour? You know what, I'll pass. Priorities, people, priorities. No sign of a fortress yet. Is this a sign of a fortress? Ancient debris? I don't think netherite is better than our armor, but we're gonna collect this anyway. May as well take the glowstone too. I didn't think it would be this difficult finding a fortress. Does not look very promising. Okay, well I circled around and found my way back to the bastion, so you know what? Let's just check it out. Skip straight to the top. Oh, well that's not fair. Easy. Ooh, netherite scale. I'll take this free gold. More free gold. Nothing crazy to be honest. No way I found another bastion before I found a fortress. Oh my god. Out of my way. Oh, thank god. Oh, that was scary. I love this wall climb ability so much. It's so useful. And here we are. All we gotta do is find a blaze spawner, and then we'll camp out there for a little bit. A couple of bombs. I'll take the bombs. We've never thrown a bomb. Oh. I think I found the blazes. Another backpack. Ooh, we'll definitely take that. Ow, 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 ow. They found me. Redstone bulb. Oh, it can be smelted into redstone. There you are. Well, that was easy. So we just gotta wait and farm them right here. What is this? Hold on a minute. I have not seen one of these in a while. Look at that door opening. I think I'll go ahead and explore this real quick. I know I said priorities, but there's free stuff in here. Like a diamond. Maybe we'll find some food here too. I'm getting kinda hungry. Oh my gosh, this goes down really far. How far does this go? Oh my gosh! Sorry if I have a little lisp. I was eating dinner today and I accidentally bit my tongue. Oh, I can't see a thing. Whoa. Glad we came down here. This place is huge. No way it goes even lower. We better mind our hunger, otherwise we're gonna be victims of our greed. What is this, a library? Enchanted books. Fire protection too. Not bad, we could definitely use this, seeing as how we haven't made an enchanting table yet. This looks suspicious. Yeah, I thought so. Over 1 diamond and some magma cream? It's a little overkill, don't you think? There's a really big room over here. Take care of these guys first. I wonder what this is supposed to be. Well, we explored everything down here. Guess we're going back upstairs. Okay, well, that's this entire place explored. Let's go back to collecting the blaze rods. Where is that music coming from? It's coming from you. I need that backpack. It has a portable jukebox upgrade. Ah. Alright, we're back. Okay, I got 43 blaze rods. I think that is more than enough for now, just to show you how the process works. Let's go home. We are back at the base, and as you can see, we got a lot of stuff. Looks like we didn't make any progress on the coke oven because the chunks weren't generated. Nice! I've decided to get into a little bit of farming, seeing as how we're waiting for the coke hole to finish up there, so it's probably the best way to kill some time, seeing as how I'm running low on food and that coke hole is just taking forever. I was a little hesitant about farming before because I was worried that the fungus would come up and basically take over this world, but at the rate it's spreading, that doesn't really seem like a concern anymore. In fact, aside from the evidence we saw in the bunker, there's really no other proof that it's spreading on top of the surface at all. A modest little wheat farm, but it'll get the job done. Alright, let's go check on our coke oven. 7 pieces of coke coal, not bad. It's full of creosote oil too. As for this, it looks like we've produced 21 steel ingots. That is more than enough. Finally. Okay, let's make some more machines. Alright, so now that we got the little wheat farm going, we also have to make a second farm for our new machines. And the crop that I'm going to be planting is hemp. Industrial hemp. And no, this hemp is not going to be used for recreational purposes. This is going to be used to fuel our early industry. I don't feel like waiting, so I'm going to go ahead and bone meal this. What we want are the little hemp fibers, these pieces of string. And this is why we want the fiber. It creates an item known as tough fabric. And with plenty of tough fabric, we can make a windmill sail. I think that should be enough. And with that, we have plenty of windmill sails. So we have the sails for the windmill. Now we need to put them on a frame to actually make the windmill itself. So we have the sails for the windmill. Now we actually have to craft the frame to put the sails on for the windmill itself. First, we have to craft 9 windmill blades. But you don't craft these windmill blades out of any regular wood. You see this creosote oil right here? We're going to use this oil to treat regular wood. When you surround a bucket of this stuff with regular wood, you get something called treated wood. Just the material we need to make our windmill blades. Now we're going to craft the treated planks into treated sticks. And with the treated sticks, you can finally craft windmill blades. We have 8 windmill blades. Go ahead and add them on the crafting table with an iron ingot in the middle. And with that, we will have successfully crafted our windmill. Alright, so we got our windmill. Where are we going to put this? Well, I kind of have an idea. Probably put this... It's going to kind of ruin our view, though. I think we'll hang it from here. Alright, so I would attach the windmill, but there's one more block we have to craft. You see, the windmill generates rotational force, but we need a block that turns that force into power. This is the kinetic dynamo, and it does just that. We're going to have to go ahead and craft one of these little machine cores right here. Next, we have to craft a copper coil block. And to do that, we need copper wire. So let's go ahead and craft some wire cutters. With our hammer, we're going to flatten these copper ingots into copper plates. Now we cut the plates up into wires with the wire cutters. Okay, we have some copper wire, put a stick in the middle, and that crafts the copper cables, or the copper coil. The last thing is to surround an iron ingot with the items, and then we get a copper coil block. Okay, let's go ahead and craft our kinetic dynamo. Simple as that. And with this block, we're going to generate some power. Perfect. And now for the crowning achievement, we'll add our windmill. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, it fits like a glove. Windmill sails onto the blades, and all it takes is one click, right? Is there an obstruction? Are these obstructing the windmill movement? Okay, the blocks are broken. How about now? Really? We'll bring it one block forward. Okay, don't tell me it's this one little vine up here. I feel like it is. There we go. Yeah, it was the vine. That's insane. That is insane. Okay. We're going to have to place some stairs here so that the vines don't get in the way. All right, so our windmill is working. What happens if I try to walk through it? Nothing. Okay, let's go see what it looks like from downstairs. It really bit my tongue hard the other day. Our base looks pretty cool now, I'm not going to lie. We got a lot going on. We got the trees. We have some fire right there, although that was unintentional. We got the windmill. Looks great. Okay, so we have the windmill, which means we have a means of generating power, which also means we can power this monster of a machine that's going to make the nitrate dust. This device is known as a crusher, and to build it, we're going to have to make all of those components on the right. Thankfully, we now have plenty of steel to do that. The first thing we got to do is make these steel rods. Then we're going to take the rods, combine them with more steel ingots, and this will give us steel scaffolding. Next, we have to make 8 of these steel fences, and now we gotta make 9 hoppers. Probably the most expensive thing yet. That leaves us with only 2 more blocks, one of which we already have. I know I put it here somewhere. Where is the redstone block? Oh, it's right there. Perfect. Thank you, bunker. The final thing we have to craft is this new block, this one known as a light engineering block. We have to take these iron plates and craft them into sheet metal blocks. Interesting type of block, very industrial looking. Maybe we'll build a base out of this later. And there it is, 4 sheet metal, 4 mechanical components, and 1 copper. Alright, we have all of the blocks for our multi-block structure. Now let's put it together. A little stormy outside. The question is, where am I going to want to put this? I think I'll go ahead and put it here. Now, to help me build this, I'm going to need a little guide known as the Engineer's Manual. It's pretty simple to craft. All I need is some paper. Alright, I got the sugarcane. I'm gonna go ahead and craft some paper. Make your typical Minecraft book. Then you take the book, put a lever next to it, and with that, you have the Engineer's Manual. With this guide, we will have all of the building instructions for our crusher. There it is, the crusher. As you can see, there is a nice animation that tells you where each block goes. So we're gonna follow this. Okay, here we have the makings of a crusher. Doesn't look like much, but like all of these machines, we gotta click it with the hammer and it'll come to life. There we go. The crusher. Not bad. Be careful not to have any workplace accidents. So, we have this machine. Now how do we connect it to the windmill so that it has power? We're gonna need something called connectors, and they're pretty simple to make. I got some clay blocks. We're gonna smelt that and make them into terracotta. So now that I have terracotta, all we're gonna do is take some copper ingots, surround it with the terracotta on the sides, and with that we have a basic connector. Hopefully this works. So I believe the power source goes here. Put this right there. Then we take a wire coil and we run it over there. And as you can see on the top left, the crusher is receiving a nice stream of power. I hope it's enough. Let's put the crusher to the test. I have some sandstone in my inventory. All we have to do is dump it inside. Alright, so we got lots of sand. Not seeing any nitrate dust yet. Oh, there it is. 1 nitrate dust. Looks like the machine was a success. So we have the nitrate dust. Let's go ahead and make our sulfur. Just toss the blaze rods in. Should be simple as that, right? We're getting a lot of blaze powder and 4 pieces of sulfur. Ow, what's hurting me? Oh, it's the cable. You can't touch the cable, otherwise you get electrocuted. Forgot about that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and crush all of these. Just let it do its thing. In total, we have 27 sulfur dust and exactly 3 stacks of blaze powder. We have sulfur, nitrate dust, and charcoal. Combine them all together on the crafting table, and there it is, the beautiful dust known as gunpowder. Perfect. Now we can make as much as we want. We have about a stack of this stuff, which means we can finally get back on track. It's time to make a bullet. And to make a bullet, we're gonna need a couple of things. One of which is the means to actually craft it, the engineer's workbench. The first thing we have to do is basically upgrade our crafting table. This is known as an engineer's crafting table. Now when you place it down, it just looks like a nice retextured crafting table. But the difference between the two is that this one actually has some inventory slots, so it's a crafting table chest hybrid. But that's not what we're gonna use ours for. We're gonna combine it with slabs along with a fence to make this new item, the engineer's workbench. Alright, let's take it up to the 2nd floor. here it is, the engineer's workbench. A nice setup to make our bullets. Now that we have the workbench, the only thing we're missing is the blueprint. That's right, you need blueprints to craft with this thing. 3 pieces of paper, some lapis, a bullet casing, and 2 gunpowder. To make the empty casing, all you have to do is take 5 copper plates, put them in the shape of a V, and you get 5 casings. Pretty sure I have some lapis here. Thank God I do. Let's put this together. Paper on the bottom, blue dye in the middle, an empty casing on top, and then 2 pieces of gunpowder on the sides. With that, we have a common projectiles engineer blueprint. You take the blueprint to the engineer's workbench, put it in the vice slot right here, and there it shows you all of the different crafting recipes. And as you can see, there are a few types of bullets we can make. Now, naturally, we're going to need to make more casings if we want to make bullets, but 5 copper to make 5 casings, that's just way too expensive. How about 1 copper for 2 casings? It seems a little more economically viable. For that, we're going to have to craft another machine known as a metal press. One of the ingredients to make this is called a heavy engineering block, and as you can see, it requires a lot of steel. Now, we can make steel, the only problem is that this takes way too long with what we have. Look how slow the progress bar goes. Yeah, we gotta make this faster, so we're gonna upgrade our crude blast furnace. To do that, we're gonna have to convert our blast bricks into reinforced blast bricks with a steel plate. I'm gonna go ahead and dismantle this whole thing. There we go. Okay, so we got our steel plates. Let's go ahead and combine them with our blast bricks. And there it is, my reinforced blast bricks. I'm gonna have to change where we assemble this. We'll do this right here, because there are a few upgrades we're about to apply. Ooh, it's a little crammed, but we'll make it work. And then the last thing we need is a hopper on top. We'll go ahead and climb the ladder to place this. Right there. And then we'll give it a click. Perfect. So you can see we have upgraded our blast furnace. On top of that, you may notice that there are 2 ports, one on the left and one on the right. This is where we can install heaters. They're going to raise the temperature inside the blast furnace and it'll smelt the steel even quicker. One of the first things we need to make the heater is the external heater. And now that we have the external heater, all we have to do is place it next to a fluid pipe along with some iron sheet metal. And there they are. We have a blast furnace preheater. Go ahead and attach it on this side. There we go. All right, there's one here. And then we'll add one here. Perfect. All right, they're connected. So how exactly do we get them to go? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're going to have to take our connectors again. Now we have to get the connectors connected to the kinetic dynamo. And for that, we're going to need some relays. Now, relays are exactly what they sound like. They relay power. Okay, so we have our connector here. The relays are going to transfer the power downwards to the heaters. Perfect. And now all we have to do is run the cable down there. Like so. And now we have a fancy looking setup right here. Let's go see if the heaters are warming up. Oh, look at the power rising. Looks like they are. Alright, so the heaters are on. Let's see how long it takes now. Well, as you can see, that is substantially faster. We're gonna need more fuel, but yeah, that's way faster than before. With that, we already have a steel ingot. Wow! Heaters are, they're struggling though. We're gonna have to generate more power. Okay, well, we can make steel quickly now. The only problem is that we're not making coke coal fast enough now. So we're gonna have to make more coke ovens. God, we're really pushing it on space again. We may have to make another extension. Our 3rd coke oven over here. And now let's get to it. I'll even convert these into coal blocks so that it goes through it faster. As you can see, we now have 1, 2, 3 coke ovens. We have our improved blast furnace accompanied by 2 blast furnace heaters. This place is becoming more than just a treehouse. We got a little factory going on here now. Any second, this will be converted into a block of coke coal. Come on, hurry up. Please, I have stuff to do. Thank God. Finally. Give me that. Make me steel, now. And these ones are still working on the coke coal, so we'll just leave them alone while this produces beautiful steel ingots. Okay, while we're waiting for these, one thing I want to do is upgrade our storage. So you can see things are a little messy. So we're going to make these wooden storage crates. You make them out of treated planks, which we have plenty of. Then you can go ahead and upgrade them with iron. So I think that's going to act as a double chest. And if that's the case, well then, a double chest that only takes up a block of space, sign me up for that. So you can see I already have one right here on the crafting table. So, let's see how much storage we have to work with. Huh. It doesn't add storage. So, at the cost of extra materials, iron, it gives you nothing. Don't know what the point of that is. Okay, we have 30 steel ingots. I think that is more than enough. First thing we're going to do is craft the steel mechanical component. For this recipe, we're going to need 4. Steel plates in each corner with a copper ingot in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. Next, we're going to need sheet metal. 4 steel plates with the center being hollow. And lastly, the final ingredient we need is a new type of ingot. This one is known as electrum, and it's a combination of silver and gold. I knew I shouldn't have demolished my alloy kiln. Where are my bricks? Okay. Where should I put this? Guess we'll put it here. God, it's such a small structure. Okay, we got 4 silver ingots, we got 1 gold ingot. All we really need is 1 gold, 1 silver. We'll put some coal in the middle, and now we're going to combine them together. As a result, we have 2 electrum ingots. As you can see, we have everything we need to craft our new block, the heavy engineering block. Alright, the worst of it is over. We finally have this technologically advanced block. Let's make our press. Alright, now it's time to assemble. Where are we going to put this? Well, we may as well put it here. Our heavy engineer's block at the top with a piston underneath. And lastly, some conveyor belts. All we do is give it a click. And there we go. We have ourselves a press. Okay, all we have to do is attach this up here, and then we will use the relay to run the wire to the top, and now power is being supplied. Perfect, as every machine should. We're one step closer to making bullet casings. The final item we need is the actual template to press the metal into the casing itself. For that, we have to craft another blueprint. Alright, so I have the blueprint right here. Let's go ahead and take this out. We'll add the new one in, and as you can see, we have a ton of molds for a ton of different things. We're gonna go for the metal press mold bullet casing. 3 steel plates and 1 engineer's wire cutter. Now all I gotta do is grab some copper and we should be set. Toss it here. And like that, it's been converted into 2 empty casings. We have our bullet casings. We have our gunpowder. The only thing we need now is 1 more metal. We need lead. I believe I have some lead here already. Yes, raw lead, 14. Should be enough. Alright, let's finally make some bullets. We'll take the empty casings, put them there. And lastly, the gunpowder. We're able to make 4 cartridges. We have 20 cartridges, just regular default bullets, which means we can finally use our revolver. Okay, let's go test this out. This thing is ready to go. We'll start with something small. We don't want to bite off more than we could chew. Let's find something like a pig or a sheep. A sheep works just as well. 3, 2, 1. That's it? No way. Oh. You must have missed the first time. What about this cow? Okay, that just killed the cow. Why did that... When it came to the sheep, why did the sheep not take damage initially? I don't know. Maybe we missed. Everything else is getting killed instantly. Well, it looks like we'll be eating good for a couple of days. But I want to test this on something a little stronger. So I think we'll have to pay our friends a visit down in the bunker. You can see all of the rounds that we've used, and it gives us the empty casings back. I did not know it would do that. Well, we don't have to craft a bunch of those then, that's good. And I will see you at the bunker. I'm a little nervous about this. We're going to the bunker underneath our jungle base, so this whole area is completely uncontained. We get swarmed, it's over. Thankfully, we have a little bit of firepower now, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, we'll test it on you. Oh my gosh! It's not enough. Oh my gosh. This is something different. Oh my god. Thank goodness for this armor. Yeah, this gun, I don't know what to say. It wasn't cutting it. Whew. At least we survived. You're shooting us, we'll shoot back. We're out. No, this gun is weak. This gun is weak, and he is spewing acid at me. I'm gonna be frank with you folks. That demo did not go as well as I would have hoped. Clearly, this revolver is lacking some power. On top of that, these bullets were weak. Very weak. Thankfully, there is something called penetrating bullets, which is used to penetrate even the thickest of the infected armor. Of course, it requires that we craft a new type of metal to incorporate into the casing, so I think we're gonna do that and try again. We need constant tan, and as you saw, it's a combination of copper along with some nickel. Do we have nickel? No, I don't think we do. I'm hoping we find some nickel soon, because I really want to get back to that project with the bullets. We're going to start killing Endermen too, because there is a quest that we have to accomplish that requires that we go to the end. So that's something I'm going to have to keep my eyes peeled for. Okay, this looks like a promising cave. What does nickel even look like? Oh, I hear another backpack jukebox. Where is it? Don't tell me you blew it up. Oh, I hate creepers so much, man. Is this lead? This is lead. We're going to need more of this. Look at the size of this cave. Finally, we found some nickel. We'll go ahead and collect this. Okay, home sweet home. We have some raw nickel. Let's go ahead and cook this up. Copper, nickel. Let's merge them together to make constant tan. Nickel here, copper there, put the coal in, and now we wait. Is that how you actually say that? Constantan? Doesn't matter. We have it. Convert these into nuggets. Let's go see how much of a difference this is going to make. So if I add the Constantan, this is going to get a little expensive because not only do we have to use Constantan, we also have to use steel. So we'll add the steel there, and now we have the armor-piercing cartridge. Take out all of the empty casings. We'll fire all of these useless ones. Now that we've emptied those, I'll just go ahead and craft a bunch of these. We have 24 armor-piercing cartridges. Okay, back to the shooting range. This time I have some bamboo spikes, that way things don't get too close. Definitely bamboo spikes right here. Oh my god. Okay. Back up, man. Please die already. Okay, this was a little better. This was a little better. Oh my god, that one flies. There's tons of these things. Get away! Come on! Stop missing! Stop missing! I'm out. Oh, I'm terrible at aiming. Okay, what good is a gun if you can't aim, right? We have 8 more. That allows for 1 more test. We can kill the target that's standing still. That was pretty good, not gonna lie. Okay, so it's obvious that these bullets aren't that strong. Well, they're strong, I just suck at aiming. There are a couple more bullets we can try. One of them addresses my poor aim. This one is known as a homing cartridge. You see that little eye of ender at the tip of the bullet? Well, it's supposed to home in on the enemy I'm firing at. And I guess that's where the eye of ender comes in. This is probably one of the most expensive bullets I can make. Another option is the high explosive cartridge. This one is on the cheaper end, seeing as how we have a ton of TNT. You remember all the TNT we collected from that one bunker? Well, we have plenty of it. So I think we'll start with that next. I'm willing to spare 1 ender pearl just to say that we made the bullets. Why is I not crafting it? Oh, it requires a special type of blueprint that we can only get from a gunsmith. A level 3 gunsmith, might I add. Alright, we're taking the crafting table with us. Hopefully finding a village doesn't take a year, although, given my luck, I'm not feeling too great about it. Gotta get out of this jungle. That's the only thing I don't like about living in the jungle. It's just traversing through all of these leaves and vines. It slows your travel time by like 20, 30, 50%. What is this? Torches? Capacity. Any secrets here? No secrets. Although I do hear an enderman. I'm sorry, friend. I need the pearls. He didn't drop any. That's a shame. Another enderman. Where? Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel bad. This one had a little personality. He was spinning in a circle. No way. I recognize this. We actually just walked back to the area of our old base. These are the ruins where I got the skull soup, and then the base is over there. Well, I guess we weren't that far when we took the nether highway. Please let there be a villager. Please let there be a villager. It looks pretty abandoned. Ow. Stupid crab. Oh, I like blocks. We'll take blocks. Splash potion of leaping. Okay, nice little wizard tower, but not what we're looking for. That's a shame. No way. I must have a terrible sense of direction. I gotta be walking in circles. This is where we mine the obsidian for the portal that we have. Why am I not going anywhere new? Okay, well, I know I didn't travel any further from that portal, so if we keep going this way, this is all gonna be brand new. Although I'm not entirely sure this is the way we want to go. It's all mountainous, and I don't think the villages are gonna spawn here. Why is this out here? I'm gonna have to leave it alone. He's still trailing behind me! Alright, we'll catch him in the trees. We are gonna catch him in the trees where he can't fly away. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll take cover right here. Oh, he breaks through leaves. Gotcha. Oh, jeez. Nasty chunk generation. Thank God! Finally! Oh my goodness, this took forever. Hello, friends. You look unemployable. You're nitwits. Never mind. Alright, this guy doesn't have a job. Go stand by... Oh, you do have a job. Thank you. Okay. Oh. What are these trades? I don't think I brought emeralds with me. Have some empty casings, but that's it. I'll be back. Don't move. Okay, we're gonna have to find a villager and trade him for emeralds, and then we'll trade the emeralds for experience that he can level up and give us the blueprint. Where are the farmers? It's a little criminal what we're doing, stealing their resources and then trading it back to them, but that's how you build an empire. So for 20 wheat, you'll give me an emerald. That's fine by me. Good morning, Mr. Gunsmith. Do I have a deal for you? Emeralds for some wooden grips. That level you up? Oh. You leveled up, but you didn't give me what I wanted. Well, we'll take some of these cartridges. Okay, fine. I'll buy the bullets. I could probably use them. I'm gonna level up. There it is. There it is. And he's gonna give it to me at a discount. Perfect. The specialized projectiles. Thank you, sir. Pleasure doing business with you. The first reasonable villager. Let's try a buckshot cartridge. Alright, we'll try it on this poor sheep. Not bad. Maybe a little overkill. Oh, silver cartridge. So I looked into it. A silver cartridge does more damage to undead creatures than a regular cartridge. Now, I don't know if the infected count as undead, but I wouldn't count on it. So we'll pass on that, but I will go ahead and buy more of your buckshot cartridges. I don't see any more bundles of wheat to trade with the farmers, which means we're out of emeralds, which means it's time to go. You've been a fantastic villager. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to fire you now. So thank you for your work. Enjoy retirement. Goodbye. Alright, so we are back. And as you can see, we have lots of options to craft now. We have, let's see, Dragon's Breath cartridge, high explosive cartridge, flare cartridge, homing, that's what we want to make. Flare, another flare? How many flares are there? We'll add the ender pearl, the lead, the casing, and last but not least, the gunpowder. We have a homing cartridge. Okay, we'll test it on this creeper. Actually, no, we'll test it on that spider. Why did I get an enderman aggroed? What did I... What if I don't aim at you? I didn't really notice a difference, to be honest. Maybe we have to do it where there's more light. I thought it was a homing cartridge. Maybe I have to look like directly at it, because I looked a little to the side to see if it would just lock on its own. It's not the case. Plus, how do you even determine what it's going to lock onto? It's a little finicky. There's probably a way to use it, and I'm using it wrong, but not for me. Okay, next up, the buckshot cartridge. What is it that you need this, like, sniper aim? I thought it was supposed to be like a shotgun shell. Just sprays the area with projectiles. That's not the case. Look at this. Oh, where are these Endermen coming from? I don't know, guys. The revolver's not really doing it for me. Yeah, I think we're just going to skip the revolver entirely, though as a formality, I think we are going to craft all of the bullets. That way we can unlock the turret. Gunpowder, empty casing, TNT crate. Okay, the last couple of things we have to make, because we already got the buckshot one, is the Wolfpack one and the hot one. The Wolfpack one is 1 empty shell with 4 of the homing bullets and a gunpowder. That gives you 1 Wolfpack cartridge. Wow, that comes at the cost of 4 of these homing cartridges. That is expensive. And then lastly, the hot one requires 2 gunpowder, 4 shells, and 4 aluminum grit. Up until now, I don't think we've ever used aluminum. Thankfully, it's finally made itself useful. So we'll take the aluminum ingot, and to get the aluminum grit, I think all we have to do is toss it in here. Yep, there it is. And with that, we finally have the Dragon's Breath cartridge, also known as the hot one. Alright, we got it. Which means we are finally at the one step we've been striving to reach: automatic firing. For this quest, we're gonna have to craft a gun turret, which shouldn't be that hard. Judging by the looks of the crafting recipe, we're already halfway there. We have the precision scope, we have the revolver. The only items we're missing is an extended magazine, along with the turntable that will allow the turret to swivel. Thankfully, they're not too expensive, so we'll go ahead and make them now. All we need is 1 iron mechanical component, 4 of these copper wires, and then 2 steel plates. And with that, we have an extended magazine. How would we actually apply this to our revolver? I wonder. And the revolver, then the magazine. Look at that! It actually worked! Okay, that's very cool. Hold on, I want to add the scope. I hope we can take this off after. Look at that. So how do we aim? I think it is. Lets you put like a custom camo on your gun. That's so cool. Look at that. I don't like how small it looks when I go into F5 mode. Check it out. You can even see it on top of the table. That is an amazing model. Props to the mod creators for making that. That looks really good. And it still looks Minecrafty. That's the thing. Like, I can totally buy that. This would be in vanilla. Okay, we'll add the redstone dust, and that will give us our turntable. Okay, the moment has finally arrived to assemble this turret. So, I believe everything is going in the right order. First, let me just disassemble this real quick. So, redstone down here, turntable right there, extended magazine here. Oh yeah, we're missing this little doohickey, the advanced electronic component. Alright, we'll just pop that right there. And now, we have ourselves a gun turret. Ooh, this thing looks solid. Look at that design! Oh my god, that looks amazing. So, there are a few settings that we can toggle with. So, we can blacklist animals. So, by the looks of it, the bullets go here. Then we have the option to keep the casings, they'll be stored here. This is going to show us how much power it has, and here are the settings where we decide what we will shoot and what we won't shoot. Now, I'm not trying to create an entire setup where I have this place surrounded by turrets only to have all of these wires being weaved through the trees. So we're going to craft batteries for these things. These batteries come in the form of a block known as an accumulator. There are 3 tiers, with the LV accumulator being the lowest one, and the top one being the HV accumulator, which stores the most power. All the recipes call for a bucket of redstone acid, which is pretty straightforward to make. I think I'm going to shoot for the most expensive battery, but that's going to require that we craft another item known as an industrial squeezer. Putting this together doesn't seem that bad. Okay, now it should work. There we go, the industrial squeezer. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to crush the coke coal that we've been making. Strike that. What we're going to do is crush it with the coke coal that we need to make. While we're waiting for the coke coal to get processed in here, one thing I've noticed is that my armor has taken quite a beating. Thankfully, there is a way to repair it, kind of like mending, but instead we're going to use this gross item. It's called the Symbiotic Regent, and it carries the properties of symbiotic reconstruction. Basically, to me that means it's going to mend my weapons, so let's go ahead and make them. It's been a while since we've used the surgery table. Okay, there it is. Let's go ahead and craft it, and let's see how this works. Do I just right-click it? Oh! Just like that. So is the durability going up? That's the question. Oh, it is mending it. It says mending its wounds under symbiosis, which we're under. 3 regents. 1, 2, 3. You can see the durability slowly upticking. You see where it says durability increase? Okay, we have cocoa. Let's go ahead and connect this to some power. And like usual, we have some power being siphoned into the industrial squeezer. Let's go ahead and add some cocoa. Actually, I think we'll let it max out just for a little bit. There we go. We'll add the cocoa, and that should get it crushed. I completely forgot. We have to get this turned into coke dust. Okay. We'll get this turned into coke dust. It's going to get ground up in the crusher. Now we can take the coke dust, put it in the squeezer, and oh my god, it just used up all the power. This is going to take a while. Look how jittery the machine is. And it's complete. The result is 1 hop graphite dust. Just what we need. Throw the dust in a furnace so that it can be smelted into a graphite ingot. There it is. Now, there are a couple of ways to charge this, but we're just going to go with the broke method of attaching it with a wire. And now, slowly, it's just going to passively be fed energy. That way, when we need it for our turret over here, well, we'll have a nice little battery, so we can move the turret wherever we want. Perfect for raiding those dungeons down there. This thing has a capacity of storing 4 million FE, and as you can see, it's not climbing very quickly, which means we're going to have to upgrade our power. So what's better than 1 windmill? Well, the answer is obviously 3 windmills. This should speed up the process a little quickly, although it doesn't look like much. We'll have to find other alternative sources of power, but this is what we're going to use for now. Okay, been a night. It's only gone up 1 million, halfway's there, so we're gonna let this keep charging, and now let's work on something else. I didn't notice this, but there is a new section unlocked. One that was accessed once we went to the Nether Fortress for the first time. This one involves going to the end. This entry actually gives us a little lore about the group known as the Dragon Association. They're the ones that have been guiding us this whole time. And now they want us to go to the end because they want us to collect the item known as Dragon's Breath. I guess Dragon's Breath is very corrosive against the enemy. And according to this grand guide, they want us to collect 16 bottles of the stuff. Thankfully, I've been collecting ender pearls from the endermen I've been killing along the way. Plus, we are not short on blaze powder at all, so I say let's craft these Eyes of Ender and kill a dragon. Now to kill the Ender Dragon, it helps if you have a bow. But because this is a fungal infection mod, we're gonna make an infected bow. And there it is, the crafting recipe for the infected bow. This thing is pretty impressive. Look at the size of the bow. I'm gonna go ahead and craft an anvil. And because we have the anvil, we're gonna go ahead and add the infinity enchantment. Because, I mean, how could you not? There we go. I think we're all set. We got blocks, we have our Eyes of Ender, we have a bow and a weapon, plus all of our good gear, and plenty of food. Let's go fight the Ender Dragon. First things first, let's throw the first pearl and see where it goes. Guess we're going that way. Are you serious? It disappeared already? No, it didn't. Alright, I got my bow, my halberd, I have planks, I got mutton, we got everything we need. Let's go find that dragon. Alright, let's go for a toss. Am I gonna get that back? Okay, I'm backtracking a bit. We actually passed it, so it's somewhere over here. Is it down here? Unfortunate that the stronghold is here, because I want to throw the pearls, but sometimes I lose them in the trees. Don't tell me it's underwater. That couldn't be it, could it? This looks like something. I'm gonna be surprised if this is it. I've never seen something like this before. No, this is something completely different. Either way, it must connect to the stronghold. The stronghold is in this area. I don't know whose idea it was to have Vexes come out of spawners when you break them. Terrible idea. Alright, we gotta get back to the surface. We're wasting time. Alright, here we go. It went down. It went down, it went down, it went down. Let's go. jeez, that gave me a little heart attack. I don't think it matters if we mine a little bit to the right. Bricks, 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 bricks. We're here. Oh, this is back where we started. Well, it's got to be lower then. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think this is it. We're here. Don't tell me this place is corrupted with infected. Oh my god. Okay, this changes things. I thought this was going to be a little simple detour. One just fell from the ceiling. Well, we have the bow. And it makes quick work of them. Alright, let's get this over with. I found this pretty cool armory with a very eerie banner. Ooh, we're taking that. Love that. Got a nice little forge going on down here. Where is the entrance to the portal room, though? Oh, is that it? Is it actually that easy? It is that easy. That's insane. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Let's, hold off on this just for now. There is a library, and I want to get the books. Because we need to make an enchanting table for later. Usually these modded strongholds have massive libraries. Protection 4. Thank you. Check out this enchanted book. Punch 2, Piercing 4, Lure 2, Power 4, Mending. Okay, well, I couldn't find the library, but I found a bunch of other great stuff. Protection 4, we have Fortune 2, Channeling, and this super book right here. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to make myself an anvil real quick. Alright, we got our little impromptu anvil. Let's apply some of these enchantments. So with this, we're going to get Infinity, Punch 2, and Power 4. I wouldn't really mind losing the Mending, as we already have a means of repairing our armor. A little pricey, but not bad. We'll go ahead and put protection on our chest plate. Hopefully these things take enchantments. Actually, is this the wrong move? What does enchantability even mean? Does that mean like up to 5 enchantments? It says enchantability 5. You know what? We'll hold off on that until we get the enchanting table. Alright, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why do the eyes look so dull? They look dead. Oh! That is an interesting end portal. Blocks. Got my food, my weapons. Oh, this better go flawlessly. What kind of end is this? This is really crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm freaking out right now. And then we can't forget the bottles, because we have to scoop up the dragon's breath. That's why we're here. I was a little worried that I was going to need a water bucket, but we have the spider climb ability. There's one tower. Look at the sky. It's like a hurricane. That's amazing. I love that. Don't look at anyone. Don't look at anyone. There's that one. There's that. Okay. A few more. Wow, I'm actually doing pretty good. I usually never get them that quickly. Oh, we gotta scoop it. We gotta scoop it. That's why we're here. Get it all, get it all, get it all, get it all. Oh! Ow, 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 ow. Oh, leave me alone. I'm in the middle of something here. Oh, I can't see. I can't see. I hate that effect. I can't see. Not good, not good, not good. Oh, he's really on me. My visibility is the worst it can be right now. God! Oh my god, I can't believe I survived. One golden apple later and we're fine. Need a little more dragon's breath, so we have to bait his attack. Jeez! Let's climb this tower and destroy this crystal. Oh, we already got this one. We missed that one. I do have a water bucket, thank God. Oh, what a lifesaver. Breath. It's too low, I can't reach it. What if I do it like this? No, it doesn't work. Did I stare at someone? Deploy the water right here. That way we can safely jump back down. Please don't kill me. Oh! Made my ears ring. It's crazy. Okay, I think that's all of them. My god, the dragon looks insane. Wow, that is some serious damage from the bow. What's causing... Why are you here? No. Why are these... Am I spawning them with my weapons? It's gotta be me. Oh, I hope I didn't bring plague to this land. We are not corrupting the end. Gotta kill the dragon and get out of here. No. They're gonna overrun everything. Kill the dragon. I wanna get that. Why can't I pick it up? Oh, the inventory's full. Of course it's full. Oh, that's what I need. We got it. All we gotta do is kill the dragon and we're gone. I seriously think we just doomed this land. Oh, it's us. Mycelium infection. I think it's us. Thank God. We're done. We did it. Oh my god. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. There's an item down there that I want to pick up, but I can't. Alright, let's go ahead and clean up this area. I cannot leave this place to be condemned. We'll leave the egg. We don't want the egg. And we're back home, like nothing ever happened. So, as you can see, we have the Dragon's Breath. What is the next stop on our quest? The Corrosion. A potion that allows us to completely remove the armor of any enemy. And trust me, these infected, they have armor. All we gotta do is make one of these. A corrosion potion. And how do we make a corrosion potion? It does not say. Okay. I'm assuming it has something to do with the Dragon's Breath. Now, the weird thing is that there's no crafting recipe for this. I'm clicking on it, and it's not pulling anything up. There's no way to make this. So, is this just... is it undeveloped? I don't know. It's the last task on the quest log. Alright, my friends, we are at the end of the line. We have our enchanting table. Let's go ahead and build that setup real quick. We don't have to be formal about this one. I think we're at the end, so maybe we won't ever see this space again, depending on how this goes for, well, what I'm about to do. I'm praying it goes well. Okay, so the dragon was generous enough to give us 71 levels of XP, which means we can enchant this. And it doesn't look like we can put enchantments on our armor because we already have symbiotic reconstruction, which I did not know counted as an enchantment, so that's just great. And it's on every single piece of armor we have. Well, it's a good thing I still have my protection book. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on this chest plate then if I can enchant it. 4 levels, that is expensive. At least we're a little more protected now. Right now, I think the best course of action is to just cycle through the enchantments until we get more protection. Alright, protection 4. Lucky. Not really. Took a few bucks. Set the rejects aside. Once again, for some reason, I completely ignored this button that lets me reroll for 5 XP instead of enchanting for a full level. Oh my god. Okay, so I have protection 4 on every single piece of armor. Took a while and a lot of XP. On top of that, we have sharpness 5 and symbiotic reconstruction on the infected halberd. I had to give in and just put it on. So I used that book and I put it on the infected halberd. And now, time has finally come to actually go down there and liberate that entire bunker. I figured that this world by this point would have been covered in mushrooms, but for some reason that's not the case. Maybe we just got lucky, I don't know. But we're gonna go down there, we're gonna take care of business, we're gonna free up every single corner of that, and we're gonna kill whatever's holding the bunker hostage. So you can see our HV accumulator is fully charged, which means we can finally utilize that turret. We're also going to take the CDU downstairs because what are we without the CDU? Useless. As for the Dragon's Breath, I couldn't really find a use for it. Yeah, we were supposed to make something called a corrosion potion, but this thing it doesn't have a crafting recipe, unless I'm being stupid, and it's very easy to do, and I just don't know how to do it. Clicking it doesn't tell me what to do, and I need instructions. Now, the last and final thing we're going to craft in this video is something very simple. All it takes is a stick and an iron rod, and there it is, a brand new revolutionary invention, this screwdriver. What does the screwdriver do? Well, this turret's not going to fire unless it has an inverted redstone signal, so All you have to do is just click the turret. Not like that. Take the torches out of my hand. All you have to do is click the turret, and now that it's inverted, it will fire on sight as soon as it sees enemies. So we'll just turn this off for now. We'll go ahead and collect our beautiful gun turret. And now let's go downstairs to the bunker. I am nervous, and rightfully so. You guys have seen it down there. It is an absolute mess. Now I want to use my bullets sparingly. Now this thing should be killing every single fungal thing. What's hurting me? Things are not freezing the way I would have hoped they would. Well, despite that, let's go trigger the enemies. Jeez! Run back, run back, run back, run back. Come on, freeze them! We're gonna take this. Put torches all over. I'm a little nervous. I don't know what the range is for that down there. Oh no, things are dying down there. We'll just pick this up. Jump down. Place it! Ah! Oh my god, it actually worked. Oh my... With the spawner. I don't care if I'm being chased by Vexes. Break these spawners. Break them as quickly as possible. Ah, the Vexes are chasing me. We gotta eat some food. I will not be victim to Vexes. I can't see jack. Let's place some torches down. Guys, I don't want to speak a little too soon, but I think we actually liberated the tank room. I could be wrong. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I spoke too soon. I think I spoke too soon. I think I spoke too soon! Fall back! Almost liberated the tank room. There are still some spawners. I missed some. Well, for starters, let's take this and move it closer to the center of the room. It's not doing much help here anymore. Everything over here is dead. So let's just clean this up. I think we can wash this all away. All of this nastiness. Okay, folks. Judging by the outcome of this room, I think it's safe to say that we actually freed it. So we're going to take it even further and go deeper into this place. But first, I want to see what's in here. Ooh, a revolver. So yeah, we could have gotten the stuff down here too. Gunpowder, I'll take the gunpowder. Electrum wire, I'll take that too. Jeez. Books. What else do we got here? Some diamonds, depth strider. Yeah, there's some good stuff here. But I honestly don't know how you're expected to come in here without any of this, like, I want to call it endgame stuff. Maybe it's not endgame stuff, but to me it is. Let's go. Gonna make as many bullets as possible with this gunpowder if we can. Now, I'm looking for something specific, if you want to know why I'm wandering aimlessly throughout here. That thing is called the Proto-Hive Mind. And the Proto-Hive Mind is basically like the mother brain of this whole area. If we can find the Proto-Hive Mind, we can basically, essentially kill all of these things. Ooh, that's an evolved one. That was an evolved one. I think we're going in the right direction. I think they broke their own spawner. There's usually spawners in these rooms. Alright, this is all swell and all, but we gotta get deeper. That's actually a good method. If we blow it up with TNT, then we don't have to deal with the Vexes. And I'm talking about blowing up the spawners. That may be a method. Something burrowed through here. You see this? See how there's just this perfect little tunnel connecting to the other room? That's insane. We're going back. We gotta find a stairwell that takes us to the center. Okay, we are in the second floor of this abyss and surrounded on both sides. Alright, we'll protect the rear with some bamboo spikes. That's the real threat. And over here, we gotta handle these spawners as quickly as possible. Wow, this is actually a very safe, clean room. I was not expecting this. What are you guys hiding here? Diamonds, gold. Okay, this room was a nothing burger, but it's still nice to see that some parts of this place are undisturbed from the monsters. Second example of an empty room with no spawner. I'm a little iffy about that. It's just, things are a little too quiet. I haven't found the proto-hive mind that I've been looking for, and that's what scares me. Oh my god! Oh, I was wrong. It goes way deeper. Wow. Okay. We gotta be quick. We're running out of ice canisters. Okay, that way is a dead end, but we can go lower. Now, if I go lower, that's a huge risk, because I don't know what's down there, and I don't know the way back up. Oh my god! Scared me. Oh my god, that scared me so bad. Deal with the Vexes. Where are the Vexes? Yeah, we are deep in it now. Okay, there are two paths. We can go through that door, or we can go through here. I think I'm gonna go through here. Well, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed that we have not been overrun yet, especially given the fact that we have not placed our turret down. Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this thing doesn't exist, because I have searched tirelessly all over this facility, and I have yet to find anything that resembles a proto-hive mind. So, did we win? I feel a little uneasy claiming victory. I'm not really sure what the situation is, but there's no enemy to fight, which is what stumps me. I don't know if I did something wrong or if we're just that good at the game, and I know it's not the latter. Maybe we'll call it here, and if you guys wanted 200 days, then we can probably explore this further. But I think that is going to be it for today's video. We definitely accomplished a lot. We got this cool armor set, these powerful weapons. We built this awesome treehouse full of tech, some of which proved to be way more useful than others. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Now, what kind of video would this be if I didn't demonstrate the use of the turret? After all, we did spend so much time making it, so I may as well unveil it now. So we got the gun turret. Place it right here next to our battery. Is it taking power? No, it's not taking power. Why is it not taking power? Why isn't it taking power? Oh, do I have to connect it with the wires? Okay. Alright, so to make this work, we're going to connect this gun turret with this HV accumulator. All you need are these HV wire connectors along with an HV wire. Just connect them like that, and power should be going into the... Okay, to make this turret work, all we have to do is connect this HV accumulator with this gun turret. We'll connect it with an HV wire connector. Lots of terminology. And then we take an HV wire coil, connect it like that, and... Oh, actually, I think we just have to toggle it to output mode. There we go, finally. And now, let's set it up. And now we toggle it on. Perfect. So let's just get this pig. Oh. There we go. The sun is setting. I think we'll just wait for the mobs. Here we go. Come here. I got a little surprise for you guys. Come on. It's just over this hill. Let's go. That's it. That's it, you dumb creeper. Come here. Alright. This is the gun turret. And it's as simple as that. I wonder if we need all of this. This mod pack definitely combined the past with the present, at least for some Doublesal lore. It's been a long time since I've made one of these, so it was refreshing to explore the Create mod again. As for immersive engineering, well, don't get me wrong, it's a great mod pack, it's a lot of fun, but when you've done it multiple times like I have, it's a little tedious, especially having to set up all the wires and the power. But if you like tech mods, then this is for you. I didn't think it was going to be this techy, to be honest. I thought it was going to be more hunting, survival, but hey, it surprised me. On a final note, one thing I will add is that the armor is absolutely amazing. They did an amazing job with these textures. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Let me get close to the wall. I still cannot get over the fact that I have a little beating heart. You see that little beating heart? Armor animations? That is amazing. So props to the mod creators for adding those little touches in. Alright, let's bring this day to a close and finally get to day 100. It is a beautiful morning on day 100, and like I said before, this world is nowhere near as infected as I thought it'd be. Seriously, I thought we were going to have flying enemies everywhere, I thought there were going to be giant things coming up from the ground to swallow me, but it's relatively peaceful, and to be honest, despite my expectations, I'm pretty happy with the way things are as of now. Let the monsters stay down there in the gross bunkers. Well, folks, I think that's a wrap. This was definitely one of the more interesting mod packs we've ever played. played. Definitely scary, 100% difficult, and when you play in hardcore mode, well, it's just a completely different animal. I'm gonna miss this place. If you want 200 days, be sure to let me know. If not, honestly, I'd be happy with that too. Please don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Above all else, leave a hype. Maybe we can make it to the leaderboard this time. That's how it works, by the way. You click the hype button and you get to the leaderboard. All right, folks, that's it. See you next time. Bye-bye.